Hello, my name is Jason Dugan. I'm the Director of Technology for Maumee City Schools.
I'm Michelle Schaefer. I'm the Director of Teaching and Learning for Maumee City Schools.
We're here today just to talk about some of the great things that happens here at Maumee City Schools. I'm going to ask Michelle, how have we been maximizing students' learning at Maumee City Schools?
I think we really work to make every minute count with our students. And when we're doing that, we really want engaged students. And engagement is not the same thing as entertainment. So we really want them to be cognitively engaged. We want them to be thinking deeply about things that are meaningful and interesting to them and have challenging opportunities for learning. But at the same time, we know that effective instruction is not an educational fad and it's not a fancy program. So we're spending money very strategically. When we measure what our students need and we find gaps in performance or resources, that's when we dig in and make some strategic changes to improve results.
Great. I also know a lot about our summer camp. Can you give us kind of a layout of what the summer camp's like and what our goals are?
Sure. So for our summer camp, it's grades K through 5. For the first year, last year we had 200 students who participated over 4 weeks. Each week had a theme. They went on field trips and they learned in our maker spaces, learning while doing. So they received some enrichment or some remediation in reading, depending on what their needs were, and then they were able to do some really interesting, engaging activities along the way.
Great. And the greatest thing about our summer camp is it extends the learning time into the summer, but it's also fun activities, and the kids are learning a lot about relevance and also tying in real-world applications into learning, which is really important.
So some of the other effective instructional programs that we've invested in, we noticed that our children were not remembering their math facts or were struggling with things like fractions when they got into the upper grades. And we know that Ohio's learning standards in mathematics require a real deep understanding of numbers and how to manipulate numbers. It's called number sense. And kids with number sense do a really good job of being efficient mathematical thinkers when they get older. So we purchased this amazing instructional program for K through 5 called Bridges Math, and it's a hands-on, minds-on program. It's made an incredible difference in how our kids think about math, how they do math, how they engage in math problem solving.
Yeah, and as a parent, I get to sit down with my child at night and do the Bridges Math, and it's unbelievable as a second grader what she knows and how she's learning it. It's definitely an eye-opening experience for me. I definitely know it works. Just listen to her talk about the problems in depth, just not giving me an answer. So it is definitely amazing.
Right. Then we also have a literacy committee that's a K-12 committee of teachers, and they've spent almost a year investigating a variety of different options for our students. We've been able to purchase Fontes and Pinnell classroom for K through 2, and we're looking to increase that for grades 3, 4, and 5. And then at the middle school and high school, we've purchased programs that are a blend of online learning as well as traditional paper, pencil, and novels in their hands, because we know these high-quality programs are going to get them ready to be successful in their future.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, as she talks about, is technology is always integrated into all this. We're using Chromebooks, iPads, different programs, virtual reality, augmented reality to help integrate all these lessons to real-world experiences.
Yep. So, Jason, why don't you talk about one real interesting and neat aspect of technology in our district right now, which is the innovation that we've brought to help students be ready for the future.
Yeah. So a couple years ago, Michelle, myself, and a couple other people sat down. We really looked at maker spaces and providing a place for students to go in and learn about failure, about designing, about collaboration, and also having that product to kind of showcase. So we built a K-12 maker spaces. Some are in K-3 buildings, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, and they all have different technology, different lessons, different challenges as the students go up through. The biggest part is to teach kids about failure and that it's okay to fail, but to get back up and try to reinvent and bring something together. We've introduced virtual reality, augmented reality. We have a virtual sandbox at Gateway Middle School where kids learn about maps and topography on it. So we're using a lot of that tech to integrate the real world.
Mm-hmm. And I think we really have got some great momentum going in the district, revitalization and pushing forward. And so our idea is, how do we keep going with this momentum?
Biggest thing we looked at is we want to get purpose from parents, students. We use students so much here to get advice. We're looking at doing a new learning commons where students are designing it themselves. We worked with a student for the virtual reality sandbox. So we're constantly using students as that step on what we need to be better.
Right, and I think our goal is not to do activity for activity's sake, to make it as meaningful as possible and really to make every minute count.